So, how have they been faring? How have they adapted with these sub-zero temperatures that we've had over the last couple days?
So alligators are one of the most adaptable of reptiles, and while a lot of reptiles do need to stay warm, and they're all poikilothermic, the body temperature changes with their environment. Some of them need to stay really warm, but others, like alligators, can actually take quite cold temperatures. In the wild, they've been found frozen in the ice in the Carolinas and thawed out and survive. And we actually have a geothermal well. That's why my parents picked this location originally for the tilapia farm in 1977. Access to geothermal water. The well is 2,000 feet deep. The water is 87 degrees year round, which means right now the alligators here are warmer than the ones in Florida currently, because water temperature in Florida is in the 40s, and the water temperatures here is in the 60s to 70s, depending on which pond. So the alligators actually do quite well. They stay in the water when it's really cold. Also, because of our intense sunlight here at 7,500 feet in the San Luis Valley, there's great solar potential, and the alligators are very good at soaking up that sun and using the osteoderms to transfer that heat through the body. And so they'll get out and sunbathe. If it's sunny, at temperatures as low as 0 degrees. They're very good at soaking up the sun and turning it into energy.
That was gonna be it. That was like a follow-up question that we had was, geographically, and you kind of just spelled it all out there. It was like, how does being in this
Sorry.
location? No, it's fine. But like, how does this location help you guys out with, with keeping because you guys are open year round.
We are open year round. We have to be here taking care of the animals every day anyway. So we do close for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we're open all winter and invite people to come in and see the animals. Yeah, none of it would be possible without the geothermal well. Some of the ponds out there are thick enough to drive on right now. The ice is thick enough to drive on, but because of the geothermal water, all the alligator ponds are toasty warm.
And you brought up a great point. Like, you guys get a lot of direct sunlight out here, so I imagine that makes them pretty happy as well.
Yeah, they love the intense sunlight in our San Luis Valley elevation, and they're really good at soaking up the sun.
And I know you guys had a fire about like you said, a year and a half ago. And that did do some damage to the farm here. How have you guys been faring since then?
Yeah, so 2023 was a really rough year. We did have a fire that burned our main reptile house. All the alligators were outside that building and were fine, but we lost a lot of snakes, lizards, turtles, tortoises, and parrots. And so, we did tear that building down. We built this new great building, and we're taking in new rescues and have rebounded quite well from that. Not without the help of our fans and partners, and our followers came out of the woodwork and really supported us, and our community really supported us and helped us through that, and we couldn't do it without our great help from the community.
And so, kind of back to the temperatures a little bit. We do this story with the zoo every year, with the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, with Pueblo Zoo, and talk about how they handle like keeping the animals safe, especially the ones that stay outdoors during cold temperatures. You guys are a bit of a smaller operation. Any challenges with that? And you just said like the thermal spring definitely helps out a lot, and the sunlight and everything. But like for the animals that like need to stay in smaller enclosures and stuff, are there any challenges that you guys face when it comes to that?
So part of the design of the new reptile house was using the geothermal water in the floor to heat the building from the floor up. So that has been a tremendous help with keeping all of the smaller habitats and the tortoises and everybody a lot warmer.
So were you guys open over the weekend while we had this really big? And I know you guys probably didn't get quite as cold as we did up in the Springs, but were you guys open over the weekend?
We did stay open, even though it was stormy. Again, we have to be here taking care of the animals anyway. And it is shocking how many people show up in a blizzard and they want to see the animals. It was part of their itinerary. They're going to stop anyway and check it out. So they're crazier than we are.
I'll take your word for that one. Do the gators get How do they get when it starts getting cold outside? Do they get more restless? Do they hunker down? Like, how do they behave?
The alligators pretty much hunker down in the warm water when it's really cold. If it's sunny and not too windy, they'll get out and sunbathe. They are by nature slower when it's a little bit chillier, but again, their water is heated, so they're not as cold as we are. In fact, we really just want to put on swim trunks and jump in the pond with them. But the only problem with that, and it's not that the alligators will eat you, it's that you have to get out of the water eventually and freeze to death, so we don't do that.
I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Can you imagine getting out of that water right now, like in swim trunks? Like it'd be nice as long as you're in the water, but if you get out of the water, you'll die.
Yeah, but then also you have to keep your head above water, so it's like you're gonna get frostbite on your ears,
Yeah,
but the rest of you's gonna be fine.
it'd be like up at the pool. You just dip under every once in a while and thaw everything out.
Bodie had that under control for us.
Yeah.
Now when it started freezing, he would just splash and jump on us.
Of course, the water is quite a bit warmer up at the pool than here.
Yeah, for sure. And then one other question. This is a bit of an odd. Well, it's not an odd question, but it's something that my reporter was curious about. I don't know if you guys do any breeding here for the alligators.
No, they pretty much take care of that themselves. Okay. So alligators, the alligators will try to breed. It's very easy not to hatch alligators in Colorado. If we want to hatch them, we have to take the eggs from the nest and put them in incubators. If we leave them in the nest, they'll perish within a few hours. It's too cold in Colorado, even in the summertime at night, for alligator eggs to survive in the nest. It's also very dry here. They need constant heat and humidity. So there is 0% chance of alligators hatching here if we don't want them to.